Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lloyd's Everyday English and the news with Lloyd. Today, hope you're doing extremely well. The news with Lloyd, in case you've never seen before, is a lesson where we look at a recent news story and we break down some of the vocabulary along the way as well. So stay tuned. Today's story is going to be related to something not very nice, but not as bad as some things going on in the world, of course. We're talking about cheating. When two people in a relationship and somebody is with somebody else secretly, cheating, of course. Now, how did this woman find out that her boyfriend was cheating on her? So cheat on someone, use the preposition on there. Well, it was quite an interesting way that she found out. So we will look at that in a moment. We're going to look through the article first on a news website. And then after that, I'm not sure what my hands are doing here. After that, we will watch the video. So this lady, this woman, she actually posted about it on her TikTok page, her TikTok channel page. I'm not really a TikTok user myself, but we have the TikTok video which we're going to look at in a moment. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you are on TikTok, if you are a TikTok person. So she posted this short video talking about this, and it kind of blew up. It got millions of views on TikTok, and a lot of people were talking about it, and it even made its way onto the news with Lloyd, which is pretty amazing. So welcome everybody. If you're just joining now, I would really appreciate it if you could just hit that like button, just the thumbs up. Takes like half a second to do that, and it really helps this video, this channel. Sends a message to YouTube to say, hey, Lloyd's videos are not too bad. So we'll get into that in a moment. This is live, but if you're watching in the replay, or as I like to call it, replay land, you are very, very welcome. So my name is Lloyd. I'm from English TV Live, by the way. So if you would like access to our live lessons every day in our private community and group speaking classes, getting feedback from myself and our other teachers, private WhatsApp group, lots of opportunities for you to practice and improve your English every day in a very fun and supportive community. EnglishTVLive.com is definitely the place you want to go. Go and check it out. But anyway, let me just say hello to a few people before we get into this story for today. Yasar. I've known Yasar for a long time. I just can't remember if it's Yasar or Yashar in Turkish. But great to have you here. First comment for you, and also in Turkey, is Yasmin. Very nice to see you again, Yasmin. Very happy to see you becoming active again these days. Lolly in France. Always a pleasure to see you here. Hope to see you in our private community one day, as I've been saying for a while. Ingrid over in Colombia. Hola to you. We have Eugenia as well. Welcome. We have Jonathan is here, and everybody else. Pleasure to have you with us. So let's get into this article, shall we? As I said, we'll look at the article first. If you want to check out the article, I'll leave it in the comments for you here. I'll leave it in the description of this video as well. So it's from, Yasar says this, Yashar, as we say, Yasar. Okay, perfect. Yashar. It just feels weird because I've always been calling you Yasar. Anyway, let's take a look here. So this is the lady in question. So she is a TikToker. You can check out her TikTok page. It is Bailey Hunter. Okay, if you want to check out her other videos on TikTok, if you're a TikTok user. And so here's the headline here. As I said, we'll watch the video afterwards, but I thought first let's try and understand what's going on, and then the video should be even easier to understand after that. Woman finds out boyfriend is cheating after he starts talking in his sleep. Okay, so I was telling you there was a specific way that she found out that he was cheating. And this is what it was. he was talking in his sleep. And that was the clue that made her start to think, something is going on here. All right. So let's take a look here. Many people who've been cheated on say they just felt a gut feeling that something wasn't right. For others, however, the red flags are right there in front of them. I'm just going to add this one as well. I've made a document here with some of the words that came up in the article and the video. I just want to add this one. So gut feeling is a how do I describe this? This strange feeling you can't explain exactly. So you have a feeling maybe that maybe there's something is wrong, that something is going on. You know that initial feeling in your gut is kind of your stomach, right? But that kind of strange feeling you can't explain. Your gut feeling, your initial feeling. And let me know in the comments if you trust your gut feeling, because sometimes it's not easy to do that, but sometimes it's a good thing to do. Now, I just want to focus on this as well. So to be cheated on, this is passive, right? So somebody cheats on somebody, right? Let's say, for example, a man cheats on a woman, or a woman cheats on a man. They have a secret relationship with somebody else instead of their partner. Cheat on. You can also just say they cheat if you don't mention the other person. So this person cheated, or they are a cheater. But the preposition you would use if you have the object, in this case the person, the victim, they are being cheated on. Now there's other meanings of cheat, like for example, somebody tries to steal your money. They cheat you out of money, okay? But cheat on is just for relationships, okay? So people who have been cheated on, they have that gut feeling, and that's what she got here. Something wasn't right. For others, however, the red flags are right there in front of them. Okay, so red flag, as I wrote here, is a warning sign, okay? A warning sign that something isn't right, okay? A red flag. So, in relationships, if somebody's acting in a strange way or something doesn't seem quite right, it's a red flag, right? And with all of this vocabulary, of course, I would love to hear your examples with any of these. Okay, I'm just putting on the fan here. Hopefully it's not too loud. One woman has told how she first began arousing suspicions about her boyfriend when he was sleeping one night and accidentally yelled out a woman's full name. It really doesn't get any more awkward than that. I don't know why it keeps showing me this story here. That's very sad, but okay, I just want to remove that. Okay. So he yelled out in the middle of the night a woman's, not just the not just the first name, the full name. I don't know what the name was, but Mary Joanne Joseph, for example. And it was arousing suspicions. So arousing suspicion. Now, be careful, because arousing, to arouse, has a few meanings. To arouse can also mean to be excited sexually, to be aroused. But you can also cause something to happen. So arouse, the common collocations are to arouse suspicion, to arouse curiosity. So let's say, for example, something makes you curious. It arouses your curiosity. You watch a documentary on, you watch a documentary on photography, and it arouses your interest, your curiosity in photography. I think, I could be a photographer. Now, in this case, it caused suspicion. So, I mean, imagine you're lying in bed with your boyfriend, who you think only wants to be with you, and he suddenly shouts out, yells out another woman's name, full name. It really doesn't get any more awkward than that. Very awkward. Now, this is what she says next. So she says, so I get out of bed and I look up this girl on Facebook and I notice she's married and has kids. So I don't really think too much of it. Bailey Hunter explained in a clip shared to TikTok. So even though it was kind of weird, it was kind of strange, she's thinking, oh, that's kind of odd. She looked him up, right? She looked. We have aroused suspicion, cause someone to become suspicious. Now, look up. It's a phrasal verb. When you try to find someone or something, you try to find this information. Maybe you go onto Google, you go onto Facebook, and you look up somebody's name. You know, in the past, you would maybe look someone up in the phone book, right? You would look up information online these days. So she looked her up, on Facebook, separable phrasal verb, and well, okay, she's married with kids. Oh, okay, must just be. You know, I mean, let me know in the comments if you ever talk in your sleep, or if you've ever heard someone talk in their sleep, because usually it's kind of nonsense, right? Just random things. But maybe not in this case. So when he wakes up in the morning, I ask him about her, and he's like, oh, you can imagine his reaction, right? Maybe sweating. Oh, she's just some girl I went to high school with. Yeah. But I wasn't fully convinced, she said. Here's a picture from the video. We'll check out the video in a moment. And let me just check the comments here. All right. Not believing her own boyfriend's tale of events, tale is another word for story, right? Bailey decided to message the woman. Remember, message can also be a verb. So to send somebody a message, you can message somebody, can be a verb as well these days. To message the woman to ask whether she had recently spoken to her boyfriend, and the woman's bizarre, strange response raised yet another red flag. So here we have this word again, red flag. Remember, red flag is kind of a warning sign. So let me just add here that we can use the verb raise. Okay, raise. Imagine that somebody is holding a flag. They raise the flag, right? The red flag. Now, red flag literally means danger, right? Danger, red flag. Yes, is that right? I mean, white flag is surrender. Red flag is danger, I think. So anyway, in this case, it definitely means that something is not right. So a warning sign, right? So, okay. So what does she say? Okay, so she said to the woman, hey, have you seen my boyfriend recently? And how did this woman respond? So the way she responded is what put me even more on edge. Okay, so she was like, again, this is very casual. When you say what somebody says and you describe what somebody says, you can say maybe not the exact words, but you're kind of, saying what they basically said. She was like, you need to mind your own business. I imagine that was her voice. You need to mind your own business. You're just his crazy ex-girlfriend. And I was like, excuse me? I'm not his ex-girlfriend. He's living in my house. I'm paying for his phone bill. He drives my car to work. He's very much my boyfriend. So you can say like this, very much. When something is very true, very clearly true, very much, okay? This is, when someone's doubting something, is this your house? This is very much my house. You can see, that's my picture, that's my stuff. Is he your boyfriend? Yeah, we live together. He's very much my boyfriend. So this girl she contacted thought that this girl was his crazy ex-girlfriend. So obviously this man has been lying to both of them. So it's not looking good. So Bailey decided to put her detective hat on to try and work out what was going on for herself, starting by checking her fella's phone book. Now remember, this is a tabloid paper, so this is a lot of casual slang in this article. Fella is slang word for a man. Okay, your fella is like your man, your boyfriend or husband, whatever the case may be. Checking her fella's phone book to look for anything suspicious, since it was in her name and she was the one paying the bill. So if something is in your name, that means the contract belongs to you. So in this case, her boyfriend's phone, the contract was in her name. She was the one who signed the contract, which is kind of strange, but anyway. So it was in her name, so she had access to all of the information. She was receiving the billing and everything about for the phone. So she could check the phone history to see what was going on. Now she decided to put her detective hat on. You could also say oh, by the way, so when she got the message from this other woman, it put her on edge. Put her on edge. Now if you're on edge, that means you feel worried and anxious, you know, like I'm on edge. I'm on edge. Very anxious and worried. You're on edge. Imagine you fall off the edge. It's not good, right? You're on edge. So she was on edge now. She was getting worried, anxious about what was happening here. This woman, by the way, she said this: mind your own business. When she contacted this woman, her response was mind your own business. Now I could say this if I'm saying, hey, worry about your own life, okay? Don't worry about me. Leave me alone. Worry about your own life. Don't interfere in my life. Leave me alone. Mind your own business. Don't be nosy, right? And to put your detective hat on is to act like a detective. Investigate something carefully. So she decided to investigate, see if she could get to the bottom of what was going on, find out the truth about this situation. Another way you could say this, by the way, is to play detective. Is another way you can say. Just came to mind now. Okay. Since it's only my name on the phone plan, I'm able to view all the phone calls from all of the phones in that line, she said. So she could go on, she could look there and see if there was anything strange in, the phone bill. So I started looking through his phone calls, and I noticed a 45-minute phone call, interesting, with a number I didn't recognize. I think we can guess who that phone call was to. When I asked him about this, he was just like, I've never made a 45-minute phone call. The company must have made a mistake. Sure, buddy, sure. Unsurprisingly, Bailey, the woman in this TikTok video, was not convinced. And by this point, she had decided, past perfect, right? Something that happened before this moment. She had already decided it was time to call time on their relationship. Therefore, meaning he would need to move out of her house. Now, to call time on something means you decide to end this thing after a period of time. Now, I was trying to think, what are the most common ways you could use this? I think for relationships, careers, friendships, you call time. So, all right, time is up, basically, right? Call time. So you decide to end something. Call time on the relationship in this case. She's basically said, look, she's decided, look, I can't trust this guy anymore. It's better off if it would be better if I just dump him, break up. However, the boyfriend didn't take well to the news and spouted a whole sob story about how He had nowhere to go. Oh no. Now, to take well didn't take well to the news. It means you didn't. I can write this down actually if you like here, and I'll share this document in our private group afterwards for our members. So he didn't take well to the news. It means he didn't react well to the news. So she said, "I'm breaking up with you." He said he was not happy. So he started to spout a sob story. To spout a sob story. Now, spout means to speak a lot. Blah 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 blah. And it's usually in a way that is boring or annoying for other people. So it's not a positive thing. It's if you're spouting, you're just saying lots of things. And in this case, he was spouting a sob story. Now, a sob story, sob means to cry. Okay, sob means to cry. Now, a sob story is a sad story, but it's a sad story when you are trying to get sympathy from others. So often sob stories are kind of fake. They are just designed to make the other person feel sorry for you. So, okay, I don't want to hear your sob stories, okay? It's not my problem. And that's basically what she said. She said, honestly, not my problem. You should have thought about that before. So a couple of days later, I'm texting him and asking for the phone back. So remember, she's the person who paid for the phone, I believe. She was paying for his phone bills, which is a bit strange as well. Bit of a red flag there. But anyway, he told me he already spoke to a cop, police officer, about it. And he's not giving me my phone back because there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. And so she said, well, there may not have been anything I could do to get it back, but I decided to report the phone stolen, so at least that way he couldn't use it either. So she was saying, okay, if I can't get the phone back, I can't get my money back, then at least if I report the phone stolen, then he can't use it either. And we're nearly finished here, last paragraph. After that, Bailey's now ex-boyfriend was supposed to come to her home to collect his things, but when he never didn't appear as planned, she made the discovery that he'd blocked her number. Okay, so very mature. And so what did he do? What did she do? What was her revenge? She sold all his belongings, including his car, to make up for having to pay to cancel his phone contract. So she had to spend quite a lot of money to cancel his phone contract because he refused to give the phone back. And she basically said, okay, I will sell all of your things, sell your car, and revenge. So she says, the writer here says, Bailey, we hope that revenge tasted sweet. Okay, so if you get revenge on someone, get revenge on someone when they do something bad to you, we can say that revenge tastes sweet, right? Revenge tastes sweet. The sweet taste of revenge. So let me know in the comments what you think about this story. We'll check out her video in a moment. So Ingrid asks, does it mean to definitely end something, or is it temporary? Call time. I would say it's permanent. Yeah, you call time on your career. You call time on relationship. It's not if it's temporary, you could say maybe let's take a time out. Let's take a time out. With this sign like they do in some sports games, some different sports. But in this case, to call time on something means to end something. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's temporary. I mean, it depends on the situation. Maybe you could say, hey, let's call time on this. Let's call time on today's training session, and we'll come back again next time. But for this specific period of time, it is the end. So hopefully that makes sense. Lolly Lolly says, get a sweet taste of revenge. I like this sentence. Okay. Have you guys ever got the sweet taste of revenge on someone? Let me know. Cheers, big fella. We say video games. Okay. Yes, Yashar is a big video game guy. So he has a lot of video game vocabulary and expressions that I don't know. But so crazy, he didn't want to give the phone back, but left the guy. Yeah, that is very strange, right? I mean, the phone, I mean, a car would definitely be worth more than a phone. So, I don't know. It is very strange. Very strange indeed. But anyway, to finish off, why don't we take a look at, now we have an idea of the story. We've seen some of her quotes from the video. Why don't we watch the video? And maybe there will be a little bit more vocabulary we can get. And maybe you'll get a better idea of her story from hearing it from the horse's mouth. You can say the horse's mouth is the actual person who said the thing. To hear something from the horse's mouth. I know it's a very strange expression, but let's go.
The way I found out my boyfriend is cheating is actually by what he said in his sleep. So we were laying in bed, and in his sleep he said a girl's first and last name. And usually when people are sleep talking, you know, it's hard to make out or it just doesn't really make sense. No.
So, as we said earlier, you know, when somebody's sleep talking, you can say as well, you know, like they're sleepwalking and then they're sleep talking. Someone's sleep talking, you know, sometimes it doesn't really make sense. She said here,
talking, you know, it's hard to make out or just...
It's difficult to make. Sometimes when somebody's sleep talking, they might say something like that, right? And you can't make out. You can't make out exactly what the person is saying. So to make out, I think I wrote it here. So difficult to make out, difficult to understand something clearly. Make out. Now this can be for a voice. It can also be if you're trying to, maybe somebody's handwriting is very difficult to make out. Or maybe you're listening very carefully to something, but you can't understand exactly. So when something is not clear, it's difficult to make out. But in this case...
The way I found out my boyfriend is cheating is actually by what he said.
So in this case, it was clear.
Talking, you know, it's hard to make out or it just doesn't really make sense. No, this is clear as day.
Clear as day. Something's clear as day. It's another way to say it's totally clear.
Straight out.
Crystal clear.
A movie. So I get out of bed and
straight out of a movie. It's like something in a movie, I guess. Yeah. If you say something was straight out of a movie, it's like you could imagine this being in a movie.
This is clear as day. Straight out of a movie. So I get out of bed and I look up this girl on Facebook and I notice how she's married and she has kids, so I don't really think too much of it. And when he wakes up in the morning, I ask him about her and he was like, oh, it's just some girl I went to high school with. But I wasn't fully convinced, so I messaged the girl and I was like, hey, I'm so-and-so's girlfriend. I was just wondering if you guys have talked recently.
So if, in this case, she doesn't want to say the specific guy's name. So she says so-and-so. So-and-so. So when we don't want to mention someone's name, we say so-and-so is another way you can say. All right? So-and-so. I don't know why we say it like that, but she said, I'm so-and-so's girlfriend. No.
I was just wondering if you guys have talked. So-and-so's girlfriend. I was just wondering if you guys have talked recently. And the way she responded is what put me even more on edge. She was like, you need to mind your own business. You're just his crazy ex-girlfriend. And I'm like, excuse me, I am not his ex-girlfriend. He's living in my house. I am paying for his phone bill. He drives my car to work. He's very much my boyfriend. Well, then I get this message from a completely different girl. So at this point, I decide to do a little bit.
Okay, I didn't see this one before actually. So another girl, a different girl, not the one that she messaged, whose name he said in his sleep. Another girl sent this girl, Bailey, a message saying, your boyfriend is in my inbox. So obviously he's messaging lots of other girls. He's probably cheating on her with other girls as well. So not a good guy. Your boyfriend is in my inbox. He's in my inbox. He's messaging me as well.
Then I get this message from a completely different girl. So at this point, I decide to do a little bit more digging. Since it's only my name on the phone plan, I'm able to...
By the way, to do a little bit of digging, like digging in the ground, is another word for investigating. Investigating. So she decided to do a little more digging.
Message from a completely different girl. So at this point, I decide to do a little bit more digging. Since it's only my name on the phone plan, I'm able to view all of the phone calls from all of the phones on that line. So I start looking through his phone calls and I notice a 45-minute phone call with a number I didn't recognize. So when I asked him about this, he was like, I've never even made a 45-minute phone call. The phone company must have made a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds believable.
Yeah, okay. At this point, this is all the proof I need, so I'm like, you need to leave. You need to get out. And he's giving me this huge sob story about how he has nowhere to go. Honestly, not my problem. You should have thought about that before. So a couple of days later, I'm texting him and I'm asking for the phone back. He told me that he already talked to a cop about it and he's not giving me my phone back because there's nothing I can do. So there may have not been anything I could do to get it back, but I decided to report the phone stolen. So at least that way he couldn't use it either. And he had actually left his car at my house. So he told me when he came to pick up the car, he would also give me the phone. I'm like, okay, perfect, that works for me. It's the day after he's supposed to pick up the car and I haven't heard from him. So I'm trying to reach out to him and I am blocked on absolutely everything.
It's interesting here when she's telling the story. So now obviously, when we're telling a story, where especially in like a casual kind of TikTok video, maybe you're not so focused on the grammar, but it's interesting to hear that she uses the present narrative here, which is a very effective way to tell a story, to bring somebody into that moment. No, I don't. Let's take a look.
He would also give me the phone. I'm like, okay, perfect, that works for me. It's the day after he's supposed to pick up the car and
So, it's the day after he's supposed to pick up the car. So we're now being taken back to that moment in time.
I heard from him. So I'm trying to reach out
I haven't heard from him.
to him and I am blocked on absolutely everything.
I'm trying to reach him, to contact him, and I'm blocked on everything. So you see how everything she says here is in the present narrative. It's a very effective method of storytelling because she takes you into that moment. Instead of saying, in the past, which is fine as well, but if you bring it back to the present, it kind of just makes you imagine and envisage the story even more. Just a little tip for you there.
So what do I do?
Can you see here? What is going on? What can you see there? That is the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend's car being towed away. T-O-W-E-D, the past tense, to tow. T-O-W, a car. To, as you can see, this is a tow truck there. And the car is being towed, is being taken away.
Yep, I tow his shit.
Yup. Okay, so that's another way to say yeah. Yup. Y-U-P, kind of more an American way. Yup.
Yep, I tow his shit.
I towed his. I think she said, I towed his shit.
Yep, I tow his shit.
Yeah, I towed his shit. In this case, his things. In this case, his car.
Pay over $1,200 to cancel the phone line early and to get a new phone, so it brought me a little joy that he was at least inconvenienced by this as well. When I posted this on my TikTok last time, he had actually commented on the video and then tried to make a video on his TikTok trying to defend himself. But he deleted the TikTok before I could ever see. Everyone in the comments were telling me that it made him look even more guilty. And since you guys had his TikTok, you guys were blowing up his comments, and I posted a screenshot on my Instagram of comments, and I posted a screen. But he deleted the TikTok before I could ever see. Everyone in the comments were telling me that it made him look even more guilty. And since you guys had his TikTok, you guys were blowing up his comments, and I posted a screenshot on my Instagram of some of those comments you guys left.
So to blow up his comments. So the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend, he also has a TikTok account, a lot of TikTok drama, and he made his own video defending himself, trying to show, no, I'm innocent. She's lying about me. And apparently his video was not very believable, and many people in the comments were criticizing him. Many of her followers as well were in the comments embarrassing him, criticizing him. So they blew up his comments. So in this case, you can imagine he has a video and comment, like loads and loads of comments. In this case, negative. But if your comments blow up, something blows up, it becomes bigger, right? In this case, the comments, loads of comments. But a video could blow up as well. That means it kind of goes viral. It becomes very popular. You could also blow up somebody's phone. Let's say, for example, somebody sends you loads and loads of messages, just endless messages, kind of annoying, right? And they blow up your phone. Maybe if a man really likes a woman, he blows up her phone. She's like, oh God, too many messages. I don't like him. Or maybe, two people break up and the other one's like, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. Hello, hi, forgive me, I love you. Right, blowing up the person's phone. So, good little bit of vocabulary there.
And I posted a screenshot on my Instagram of some of those comments you guys left. But I always say, what goes around comes around.
What goes around comes around. I think wasn't Justin Timberlake had a good song about that? Goes around comes around. So basically karma, right? If you do something bad will happen to you. Do something bad. What goes around comes around. So that's a nice expression there. What goes around comes around. Do you agree with that? Let me know in the comments.
You guys left. But I always say, what goes around comes around.
Okay, so yeah, thank you very much to Bailey. Interesting story there. And let me just read some of your comments before we finish. Okay. So Yasmin says, I would never dare to cheat. Remember, cheat on, as I said, cheat on someone. If you have the object, in this case, and the person who's the victim of the cheating, you cheat on that person. I'm not saying you should do that, but you would describe it as cheat on someone. Either just cheat or cheat on someone. I would never dare to cheat on someone who has such long and sharp nails. Yeah. Those were long nails. Let's check it out. Yeah, you were right. Let's take a look at the nails again.
The way I found out my boyfriend...
Let's see. They were very... Where are your nails?
Girlfriend, he's living in my...
Oh, yes. Look at those nails. Ah! Very sharp indeed. So, I'm with you there, Yasmin. Something wrong with her nails, I guess. I don't know. The car was pretty well to me. Pretty well? Pretty well? I mean, pretty good? The car looked pretty good, I think you mean? Jonathan says, the guy was honest. If you enjoy a phone call, you will never realize that you take 45 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Maybe time flies, right? So he's like, I've never taken a 45-minute, had a 45-minute phone call. And then, he didn't realize it was that long because he was having such a nice time with this lady. Her story sounds a little bit contrived to me. Interesting word there, contrived, kind of changed, elaborated, exaggerated to me. But who cares? Thanks to you, Lloyd, we've learned lots of new phrases. You're very welcome. And thank you very much for watching, everybody. There's one or two more expressions which I will add to the document, and I will post it shortly in our as a PDF in our private Facebook group. If you are not a member yet of our private community, Yasmin is a member of our community. Jonathan's a member. We have several other members watching right now. And I would love you to join us as well. Check it out, EnglishTVLive.com, EnglishTVLive with a V.com. You can try a free trial for 7 days. 7 days. You can try everything, our Zoom sessions, our live lessons, everything, to see if you like it. If you don't, you can cancel anytime in that week. But I'm pretty sure you will like it. It's a wonderful way to continually practice and improve your English speaking, listening, and much more. And make amazing friends from around the world. So if that sounds good to you, head on over to our website there. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy these kinds of videos. Something a little bit more light-hearted, but we got a lot of useful vocabulary, I think, as well. So yeah, good luck to good luck to everybody involved in the story. I hope I hope there's a happy ending for all those involved. And yeah, what goes around comes around. So treat other people the way you want to be treated, and hopefully karma will not come calling to you. All right. See you on Monday at the club. All right. See you in the community on Monday. Yes, Yasa, you're very welcome. We'll check out the PDF later. Thanks for the useful vocab. Ingrid's a member of ours in our private community as well over in Colombia. And Lolly Lolly, you're very welcome. Yeah, so please hit the like button if you haven't yet. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, but you probably have if you're watching this. And I'll talk to you all again very soon. Have a wonderful rest of the day, wonderful weekend if you're watching this live. And yeah, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.